Food. It's the fuel that keeps us going, the foundation of our health and well-being. We gather around tables to share meals, celebrating life's milestones with every bite. Yet, behind the bounty, a disturbing truth lurks. Our food supply faces a growing threat: corporate greed, lax regulations, and hidden toxins. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's a silent crisis impacting millions. The food we consume should nourish us, not poison us. But the reality is far more complicated. From farms to processing plants, every step is fraught with dangers. Pesticides, antibiotics, and GMOs, just the tip of the iceberg. How did we get here? A system prioritizing profit over people, where corporations influence regulatory bodies. The consequences are dire, leading to chronic diseases. This is about systemic failures that demand our attention. It's time to expose the truth about our food. This is a matter of life and death, a battle for our health and the future of our food. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, stands between us and potentially unsafe food. This federal agency ensures the safety and efficacy of our food and drugs. But how effective is the FDA in protecting us from hidden dangers? Critics argue the FDA is increasingly influenced by powerful industry lobbies. This revolving door raises concerns about conflicts of interest and lax enforcement. The agency's reliance on industry-funded research fuels skepticism. Potentially harmful ingredients slip through the cracks, ending up in our food. Transparency, accountability, and unbiased science must guide the FDA to restore trust. Let's take a closer look at some shocking practices in the food industry, practices that raise serious concerns about our food safety. First, plastic-fed pigs. Investigations revealed pigs in some farms were fed ground-up plastic.
A former worker at a food processing plant posted footage on TikTok allegedly showing how plastics and other waste was being mixed in with pig food.
This is waste from different businesses. They all going in here, up the line to the grinder. It grinds it out and turns it into ass.
Emmanuel Moore was a certified maintenance technician at one of Smithfield Foods' feed processing plants. In the footage posted to TikTok, Moore shows what he says are piles and piles of old, moldy food still in its packaging being ground up, shredded, and put into pig feed.
This is what it looked like when it's done. They send this stuff off to be eaten by the hogs, and then the hogs are killed, and then we eat them. I felt like I had to tell the world, I've never seen nothing like this, and this can't be legal.
Feeding retail waste to animals is called garbage feeding, and it is legal in 27 states. But when it comes to putting packaging materials in the food,
plastic and all, don't even matter. Plastic, cardboard boxes, pallets.
The legality is less clear. A 2004 publication from the Association of American Feed Control Officials does list plastics as one of the substances legally used in animal feeds.
Plastics, plastics, plastics.
But in 2018, the AAFCO said that recovered retail food intended for use in animal feed must not contain packaging materials like plastics, glass, and metal, among others. Some say garbage feeding prevents food waste and lowers costs, but others wonder whether those benefits are worth the risk of disease transmission and plastic contamination. We reached out to Smithfield Foods about the footage. The company claims that they purchase, quote, pre-consumer bread and other baked products from these manufacturers to create high-quality animal feed, end quote. Smithfield also claims they have special equipment designed to separate the food from the packaging and referred to Moore as a former, disgruntled temporary employee. Moore says he was fired within 2 days of posting his first video, but says that even if he hadn't been,
my morals or my ethics wouldn't let me work there long term anyway, because I'll be disgusted with myself helping feed America that. I'm not a doctor, but I try to save lives.
This cost-cutting measure exposes animals and consumers to harmful chemicals. Second, the pervasiveness of pesticides. Our fruits and vegetables are routinely sprayed with pesticides. Studies link these chemicals to health problems like cancer and birth defects. Finally, antibiotic resistance. Overuse in factory farms has led to antibiotic-resistant bacteria. This poses a serious risk to human health. We need greater transparency and stricter regulations in the food industry. It's time to hold corporations accountable and demand a food system prioritizing our health. Section 4. The organic illusion separating fact from marketing hype. In a world grappling with food safety concerns, the organic label has emerged as a beacon of hope for many consumers. Organic foods grown without synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or genetically modified organisms are often perceived as healthier and more sustainable. But is the organic label always a guarantee of purity? The organic food industry, once a niche market, has exploded in popularity. Unfortunately, this surge in demand has also attracted bad actors seeking to capitalize on consumer trust. Cases of fraudulent organic labeling, where conventionally grown products are passed off as organic, have eroded consumer confidence. Even when organic standards are upheld, questions remain about the long-term effectiveness of organic farming practices. Organic farming often relies on naturally derived pesticides, some of which can be just as harmful as their synthetic counterparts. While organic foods may offer some benefits, it's crucial to approach the organic label with a discerning eye. Don't let marketing hype overshadow the need for critical thinking and careful research. Section 5. Taking back our plates. Practical steps for healthier eating. Navigating the complexities of the modern food system can feel overwhelming, but we are not powerless. Here are some practical steps you can take to protect yourself and your family. First, cook more meals at home. By preparing more meals at home, you gain greater control over the ingredients and cooking methods used. Second, choose whole, unprocessed foods. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. Think fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Third, read labels carefully. Don't be fooled by clever marketing. Read food labels carefully, paying attention to added sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial ingredients. Fourth, support local farmers markets. Connect directly with the people who grow your food by shopping at local farmers markets. Ask questions about their farming practices and choose seasonal produce. And finally, grow your own food. Even if you have limited space, growing your own herbs, fruits, or vegetables can be a rewarding way to ensure a fresh, healthy supply of food. Section 6. A call to action. Demanding transparency and safeguarding our food. The fight for a safer, healthier food system is a collective one. It requires a fundamental shift in how we view food production and consumption, a move away from the industrial model and towards a more sustainable and equitable system. We must demand greater transparency from the food industry and hold corporations accountable for their practices. This means pushing for stricter regulations, independent oversight, and an end to the undue influence of industry lobbies. We must also empower ourselves as consumers. By making informed choices about the food we buy and advocating for change, we can drive a market shift towards healthier, more sustainable options. Let's reclaim our health and our food system, one plate at a time.